fire from our own collected ingredients, and we are looking at, we're going to make a bow drill fire. Here's our little bow, a little piece of buckskin to wrap around, I think they call it a spindle. The spindle's made of horseweed. You can get it in fields and different stuff. Yucca works good. They say basswood works good. They got like cottonwood out in the southwest. What is it? Sage? Did I say before? Big sage plant pieces. Anyway, that's what we got for today. It's the horseweed, and that one seems to work like magic. We're going to use for the bottom board cedar. Everything's got to be real dry. I just started making a new hole. You'll see these holes were made for a bigger spindle. Maybe too big. I've made this new one. You do a circle, a ways in. I try to see where it's at. I dig it out a little bit. Then I usually drill a little bit. Then you want to do it a third of the way in, deep, your triangle. A third of the way in, and a third in, and a third in on the other side. Approximations. A third in, a third in, a third in. You make a point that comes to the middle, because that's going to rotate there. Make your friction, make all your dust. We've got this little maple leaf. We're going to collect the dust on. We set it like that. I've got this tinder, which is real dry. This is pine needle stuff that sat around a long time, got pulverized on this road, and it looked real dry, so I grabbed some. It looked like it might be good. Also got a longer piece of horseweed where you could do for a hand drill, which we could do at some other point. We're not going to do that one today. I also got this, which I hold above it. I put that in that side, holds it in. This one's oak, which is real good hardwood, so it doesn't make much friction. And like I said, you put a little bit of your own lubrication on it, so it spins good in there. So I think we're ready to try to make the fire. There's always the element of, no matter how many times you've done it, a lot of things come together to make it actually happen and work. Here's what we do. We take this, wrap it around, put a little notch in the back of this bow, pull it tight, and you want to hold it like that. You want to get yourself set up above, so you're sitting strong above, and then you've got this, you can stabilize yourself once you get this thing moving. Put that in the hole. Gotta be careful here because things can flip around real easy and drive you crazy. Once again, I didn't do the light. But here, start going real slow. Can you see it well in there? Doesn't always make all that much noise. Here we go. Now we're getting into where it's really making smoke. You want it to get to be a thick, like that, and that's when you really start pushing, because that's when things are getting hot. I keep going longer than I think I need to, just to make sure we get the coal. It's getting deep in there. We're going to give it one really good go. And that had to have made a coal. And yep, you'll see it's smoking on its own. I think we got, yeah. You want to remove this, and you'll see a coal. Now you take your tinder, and this doesn't, once you got a coal doesn't mean you got a fire. You're going to drop that in. smooth as you can. And it takes a while to practice to get it so you do that. Before you do it again, you're going to want to come back, clean up this hole. As you'll see, you can see in there, there is a piece there. Boop. Take it out and then rough up the edges so you've got that. And then you're also going to want to, you'll see how this got bored out. And it's shiny. You don't want anything shiny. Shiny means slick, which means it doesn't make friction. So for my next, take this down and this. And these are all stuff we just collected around. You know, I cut these up and then put them into that, but you can just split wood like you'd be splitting it for firewood to get that. And yeah, it works. And this stuff was a blessing because cars made it. It was just pine needles on the road. People kept running over it. So I don't know how toxic it is. It's not a real heavily traveled road. And then what a lot of times I'll do is go to a cedar tree, and you go down and you take the bark, get bark off a cedar tree, and you can shred that, keep it in a place where it stays really dry. Dry is key. Good thing is key, and patience. So there you go. Fire, a lot of smoke. Have a good one.